Welcome back home, an old friend, Pastor Freddie Haynes. Pastor, good morning.
Tom Joyner, good morning. Man, I ain't seen you since the Tom Joyner cruise.
You won't see him on Sunday. That's for sure.
Well, that wasn't necessary. So, Pastor Freddie Haynes, what was your sermon about yesterday?
Oh, wow, Tom. Well, we're in Dallas in the thick of things. And so one of the things that has been bothersome for me is the misrepresentation of forgiveness, Christian forgiveness, so-called. And in too many instances, because, and Dr. Stacey Floyd Thomas helps me with this, she says that black people are not forgiving so much as we are accepting. We accept what is done to us. And so I add to that, we accept what is done to us because we've been so thirsty to be accepted in a country that has always rejected us. And so in the name of forgiveness, we end up doing that at the expense of our humanity and our healing. And so what happened, with last week, I understand I will not judge Brant John for his expression of forgiveness and the hug. I won't do that because I know that grief is a roller coaster. When I lost my dad, I was messed up and I was 14 and I said some stuff I don't agree with right now. But we do not focus on what Mama John said. Mama John, who lost her son, and no parent should lose their child, is everything I've been told. And yet she said, Dallas, I'm about to raise up out of here, but y'all got a corrupt police department. You need to deal with that. They deleted evidence. They've covered up so much. Your department is corrupt. There was something in the training of that woman that killed my son. And so when I say forgiveness, even Jesus on the cross, and he's Jesus, the Son of God, he says, Father, you forgive them because they don't know what they're doing. He refers them to God. And every now and then, I ain't gonna lie, I'm hurting so much from what someone has done to me. I can't say I forgive you, but I'm gonna put you in God's hands and let God handle you and God forgive you while I work through the process. That's why Bishop Desmond Tutu said that forgiveness, and again, in South Africa, forgiveness is not quick. It's a process that we go through. And so we often misrepresent forgiveness in the name of Jesus to assuage the feelings of white people because we want them to validate us. And I said to him yesterday, hey, listen, black folk, you don't need to be validated by white people to be who you are. You're already God's child. And when God made you, God said that's good. And he did not consult white people in the process.
Woo!
Freddie
Wow, we just had church.
Now
we and I'm out.
Yeah, right. Drop the mic.
Now, you don't know what to expect from the Dallas Police Department. Anything can happen. Do you think the Dallas Police Department had anything to do with the Joshua Brown killing over the weekend?
It doesn't smell good. I'll just put it like that. And so as far as I'm concerned, there needs to be a transparent investigation because they cannot be trusted. They have not earned trust. They have violated trust, especially in this past case. And so for this young man to have a testimony that really rocked and shocked the police department, that contradicted the lie of Amber Guyger on the stand, which is, I guess for me, is perjury. And now this man is all of a sudden dead. They better be transparent because this does not smell good.
Doc, one of the things that came across, and somebody texted us in this morning after Joshua Brown's murder was announced, and they were saying, well, what about the young woman who videotaped it, and she lost her job.
Yes.
And she also had death threats.
Right.
And so what does this say about her and her safety now? It's just, there's just so much here. And yet you want to believe that with this black woman leading the Dallas Police Department that there's a change. But
Right.
even she had to come out and say that there needs to be some more.
Yeah.
Immediately after the verdict was announced, or the sentencing was announced that night, she came out and had her own press conference. What are
Right.
your thoughts on all of that?
Well, I think that, again, Chief Hall, I believe her heart is in the right place. She said that we're going to do a thorough investigation, and she has a chance to transform the department. That's the good news. We have to have her back if she's going that way. If she doesn't go that way, then we have to, of course, speak truth to power. At the same time, and I put out the word yesterday at church, Sybil, I said that anyone who knows this young lady who had the courage to put on video, Amber Guyger going back and forth and whatever she was doing, and now her life is being threatened. There's something real suspicious about that. And so we need to find her, embrace her, and ensure that she gets employment and is taken care of. So we put that call out yesterday. So anybody that knows her, please know Pastor Haynes wants to ensure her protection as well as her employment, because she deserves, as a citizen who did the right thing.
Exactly.
I mean, all she did was get involved, and now you get penalized because you got involved. I want to find out who fired her, because we need to make sure they suffer a penalty.
And the company said, well, we can't be, the threats that came back at her, and they threatened the company, and they called her, a black exploitive person, or whatever they called her, and how this is anti-American and anti-police. And it's so ridiculous. And they said the pressure was so great on them, that's why they had to fire this woman. And it's like, she was, as you said, doing the right thing.
She was doing the right thing.
And this young man was doing the right thing.
Right. And so it's really sending a message, because all of us, I know what you've done on your show, are pushing, let's serve on juries, let's get involved.
Exactly.
And then you get involved, and all of a sudden,
what cost?
Exactly, your life is threatened or your life is taken. So is that American?
So I have a question. With Trump talking about, whistleblowers should get dealt with, and he's been saying that for the last couple of weeks, I wonder if that has anything to do with, or that influenced what happened to this young man.
And guys, that's a profound point, because for me, it's often said, words matter, especially when you're the president of the United States.
Or at least that's your title.
Exactly.
Well,
that's your title, yes. My preference is 46 minus 1, okay? So when you're 46 minus 1, words come out of your mouth. You have people who are elite, who are so devoted to you that you said if you shoot somebody on Fifth Avenue, they're going to still support you.
Right.
So imagine words coming out of his mouth saying a whistleblower is treasonous, a traitor. Then guess what? That person's life is in danger. And so to a twisted 46 minus 1 supporter, anyone that takes a stand, that gets involved, guess what? Our fearless leader just told us it's time to handle business.
Yeah.
All right, Pastor Haynes. Yeah.
That was church, Tom.
That was.
Yeah.
Mama, I made it to Tom
counts.
Jordan
That counts,
before he
Tom.
retired.
That counts, Tom.
Thank you.
You get credit for that.
Thanks, Pastor Freddie
Thank you.
Haynes.
Love y'all.